G'day, g'day, ladies and gents. I always feel like when I start with saying something like that, it feels like, like, come on, Hannah, you're not like starting a TV show or something, or some sort of play. Like, y'all don't need to go that far. What are you doing? Do you know what you're doing? No. Alright, cool. Anyway, hope everyone's doing well today. Well, I'm looking at my shifts again for today, just making sure I have the times right. We're fine. And next week's gonna be fun. Woohoo! Guys, we have a new employee, not here on the stream or anything, I just at work, and it's like, what? And it's a guy, can you believe it? So, like, with, like, my job and everything, it's like, we're all typically we're just all females. So this is like the first guy we'll have had working with us. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes, whether it's kind of like awesome or not awesome. Even my boss expressed a bias towards like females are kind of like more quick, like off the touch kind of like doing stuff. And I'm like, we'll see. Like, listen, we'll train them up. We'll see how it goes. Don't want to be like biased or anything like that, but it's definitely going to be a change. I am really hoping we finish this case tonight. I'm gonna be devastated if we don't finish this case tonight. So I have to end stream early. So I gotta end it in like 2.5 hours. So we have 2.5 hours to finish this case, okay? Will we make it? Probably not. Because, so this is the final part, but like, I had like a brief look through, like it's one of those things where I see how long the web page is, and of course it seems to be extraordinarily long, and my brain just thinks, we'll see how that goes. Episode, what are we up to? Yeah, so it may take a little bit. We may take a little bit, but we probably just need to dive straight into it and go from there. So, what's happened in the storyline? In the past, a dude killed a dude, okay? And then the body disappeared and was put inside of an icebox as it was being preserved. And that body has only just been rediscovered 18 years later when this girl buys this house and is basically like, hang on, I know who did the crime. Well, actually, no, she wants to try and reveal who the actual, like, criminal is by setting a trap so that they would get in trouble for doing the gas attack, and then the guy would be like incriminated, basically. That's the plan. Hi Aylin, how you doing? Tiny Ob. Oh my god! Praise Tiny Ob! I see your soul. I couldn't do it. Oh my god, I tried. I did great. Hi, Olda. Oh my god, Olda, before anyone else comes into chat. Shh. Can you fucking believe the One Piece chapter? Like, oh my god. Like, who would have thought we were going to get a whole mural that basically tries to articulate the entirety of everything that we're supposed to know? Like, can you believe it? Shh, we need, shh, no, that's okay, no one can hear us. Shh. It's you and me, mate, okay? Just you and me, okay? No one else is, shh, everyone else is an illusion, okay? All right, until House turns up, and then I'm like, shit, talk on Saturday, do you, as if you know what a Saturday is. I'm busy, okay. Adara and I basically, like, You have no idea, my sister and I, we literally talked for like an hour trying to pull apart the final panel, and I think we came to a pretty good conclusion. But I want to say one thing. I reckon, I'm still like 100% sure that I reckon the Atom Tree is going to be struck by the Mother Flame at some point, because one of the reasons is right where Frankie is. Like, okay, so I had this theory because I was like, hang on, the trunk of the tree is like kind of a similar circumference as the Mother Flame, right? So maybe they wouldn't like strike down the Mother Flame at Elbaf simply because they were like, well, the tree's there, so it could be a problem, right? Because the tree's supposed to be like very strong wood and stuff too, right? So I reckon it's going to be knocked down. And in the mural itself, right where Frankie is, right? Frankie is covering a part of the thing, but you see a lightning shot that goes straight through from the heavens, kind of like from where it looks like Eneru's ship is. Why did you shoot me like that? Why would I shoot you? But yeah, I reckon Elbaf, like, the tree is gonna fall. I'm like, it's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. Dude, so much is happening. Like, what the fuck? Okay. It's fine. Spoilers. All spoilers. Dude, I would keep talking. Do you want me to keep talking? I don't have to keep talking. Hi, Aelin. You're doing great, man. You'll catch up with One Piece one day. Even if I have to physically drag you. I try to talk on Saturday. I don't know if I'll get around to it on Saturday, because I'm catching up with family and friends and stuff, but I do want to try and like, I need to remember to like sit down, have the thing in front of me, and like record, just like a whole audio recording of me trying to tear it out. Sunday? Yeah, Sunday we could try. We'll see how it goes. You know, the problem is that if we talk in like the watch time chat on Sunday, House will be there and House will have spoilers. We could just mute him, I guess. I'll just like deafen him. I'm like, buddy, you can't listen before that. We'll see. Only because we usually do our shopping and I'm tired, need my nap, even though I don't get my naps nowadays, but I need my naps. Anyway, game, because I want to keep talking about it. Can I talk about One Piece spoilers, guys? I want to do it, please. I want it more than anything in the whole wide world. It's like, hey, hang on, Hannah, didn't you want to try and get a husband? But One Piece. Jealous you can nap. Honestly, I don't like napping. Napping hurts my tummy. Napping gives me, like, indigestion, I'm pretty sure. So I always wake up and I feel like, ugh, just yuck. So it's not like a solid nap. It's like, ugh, nap. Also, I drool a lot. That's a whole different problem. Honestly, of all the days I would need to nap, today would have been it. After all staying up late last night. How was today, by the way? Alright, let's do this. We have a lot of talking to get through. Ms. Bound, are you feeling a little calmer now? Today was me trying to do video tutorials. Oh yeah, that's right. That would have been fun, right? But every time you make a mistake, you have to go back and start over. Why do you say that? Can't you just like cut it together? Cut it together? And I'm tired, I made so many mistakes. Well, can't you just like stick it together, or is it something else? Just a pain in the ass. Yeah, totally. If it doesn't let you like edit it as you go along, you can edit things, right? Nope, something else. What? What the point of it is that? Bro, that sucks. You should be allowed to edit everything. I don't care what anyone says, okay? No one can do anything in one take. I mean, you can. It's called a horse in Lord of the Rings. It's a good horse. Yes. Good, then allow me to get to the point. Regardless of your intentions, you broke the law. Yes, I understand. Nevertheless, I understand that you did what you did in order to prove Mr. Tangaroa's innocence. Therefore, if the real culprit really is someone else, then we have a duty to reinvestigate the case. Oh, this bitch. Like accidentally crocheting 2 panels together the wrong way. Oh, I can edit the video, but not the undo, redo of the actual project. Oh, okay. Just too tired to go through all of that today. Okay, that's fair. So you're messing up as you were recording, and you're like, shit, now I gotta... Alright. How long ago was the Mother Flame cold down? Bro, what's going over there? Cold down. Cold down is what we call Antarctica down in Australia. You know, because we're down under, and obviously it's the cold down underneath us. Let me think. I'm thinking. The Mother Flame was cooled down presumably a couple of weeks after Big Mom. Yeah, I think it was cooled down a couple of weeks after. No, I'm doubting myself now. Because when Luffy turned, because when you find out about the whole Vivi and Marine on Marijoa. When you find out about Marijoa, that's right at the beginning of Wano. And then halfway through Wano, which is 2 weeks later, they show more stuff that was happening like with Wano, with Marijoa. But Marijoa was only supposed to last like 10 days. So I would say. And then Luffy rested for 3 weeks in Wano after the fact. And then they traveled to Egghead. Maybe that was, I feel like traveling to Egghead was only a couple days. 3 days. It was 3 days. No, that's from Elbaf. Okay, hold up. All of Egghead was basically 1 day. Elbaf so far as we know, has only been 1 day. So I would say probably a month. I would say it's probably been about a month. And then I spent the day trying to complete Red Dead, but Dutch and Mika are pissing me off. And Dad in chat. What? My dad? In chat? Yeah, he is. Hanging out. Dad was mean this morning, told him you won the bingo race, and he joked he was gonna come in here and thank you for putting me in a bad mood, which I was not. Trying to make me look like a sore loser. Nah, you're fine. I wouldn't believe that. You're cute. Okay. Flame. That's the cooldown on for the Mother Flame. You reckon there's a month cooldown between doing, like, the shots? You reckon? Am I disappointed that I was not as good as the game as I thought? Yes. That's okay. It's just more reason to play more Skyrim. Okay. Chronic problem. Just play more Skyrim. No, and, like, the game's been out for, like, a really long time. Like, you gotta think, like, I went through a whole phase of, like, just, like, watching videos about Skyrim. I watched videos of other people playing Skyrim. I watched other stuff. You only started playing Skyrim, like, what, the last, like... You said you only started playing it, like, 3 years ago or something? Something like that. Okay. Oh, I just need to get to learn more. It does not help, okay? It's like if we did, like, Stardew Valley, okay? I have an almost encyclopedic knowledge of Stardew Valley, okay? Is it healthy? Yes, of course it is. Of course it is. Just as I have almost encyclopedic knowledge of Skyrim, okay? It's just a chronic problem, okay? Very happy. I was like, yeah, for 10 years. Yeah, Mom said, yeah, well, she's probably played the game longer or more than you. I was like, yeah, 10 years. Yeah, exactly. I've been playing it I've played it from 2013. 2013? 2014? Maybe more 2014? And then it was like, I want to say 2013 in like October. It was like near the end of the year. So literally 12 years. Almost 12 years. And I've been playing on and off again for like so long. And there's like videos where they're like 10 things you missed in Skyrim and like random like lore facts and stuff like that. Watched all of those. So many. Chronic problem. So don't be upset. Your mum's right. Anyway, There is nothing to suggest that anything nefarious took place in the official IS-7 incident records, and right now there's nothing to suggest that we should take Ms. Bound at her word either. So our first order of business should be to arrest the culprit of the case before us, Ms. Bound herself. I'd agree with that. She still, like, created a gas trap in order to trap someone. Even if that person is a criminal, she's still done criminal acts. Arrest her. I agree with that. Official records cannot always be trusted, Judge Gambit. Especially since there are those prosecutors who would do nothing of twisting the facts. Overruled. Are you suggesting the committee at the time overlooked just such a prosecutor? And that's for you and your people to figure out. However, it is a fact that the autopsy report was faked, seeing as Mr. Frost's body was only just found. I agree. I started playing 2021, 2022. Yeah. I hope Dad never discovered his VODs though, because the shit Daft was saying. Bro, it was so painful. I love you, Daft, but like, on stream? That's alright, it's fine. It's like amusing, like I find that shit funny, but it's also like, on stream? On my Christian stream? That can be arranged, oh god. No, Con, stop. Bad. How you doing, Con? I'd get so many questions. Nah, shh, it's fine. There really is something of Mr. Von Karma in you. Mr. Edgeworth, that's the wrong voice. What the fuck, I was doing a robot voice. There really is something of Mr. Von Karma in you, Mr. Edgeworth. It's very slightly different. How so exactly? By continually defying the will of the committee and bending the truth to fit your needs, that's how. Oh, fuck, I hate this girl. No, the committee sees this case. Oh, blah. Please, no. Hope Dar's going well today. Yeah. She had teeth. She had a teeth appointment. Now her teeth are happy, smiley day. Maybe. She's such a dick. I think I like to think that she's probably just trying to have the most little amount of paperwork possible. And by doing that, she's like, yeah, I'll just say that this is the case, rather than digging into it further. The committee is willing to accept that Mr. Von Karma falsified Mr. Frost's autopsy report. Even still, Mr. Von Karma only managed to have Mr. Tangaroa convicted as an accomplice. I personally have come to believe that the real culprit behind the IS-7 is Ms. Bound. What? Her plan to poison and kill Mr. Guster today was her attempt to frame him for Mr. Frost's murder. What? And this is how the committee sees things, is it? Can I fucking kill them? I'd really appreciate it. It is. As always, I act solely in service of law and order. Doom. Like the sound effect. Ba-ba. It's okay, Aelin. How could I possibly do that? Con, I'll give her... Con, I'll hook you up. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. That's illegal in my head. I wouldn't do that. Relax. Ugh. And I was waiting for it. I'm like, she's not gonna be happy. I wouldn't do that to you, Aelin. Okay. As I said, it's illegal. Alright. Next water down. Ugh. She's covering up the truth, and if I can't change her mind, she might even arrest Mr. Bound. You little piece of shit. Hold it! Notepad at the ready. Why would Ms. Bound have chosen to frame Mr. Gusto for the murder? No doubt because he suspected her of being the real culprit. He may have entered what he thought was the Winter Wing simply to see if the Gemini statue was genuine. Little did he know that he would be greeted by a trap designed to silence him, a trap that nearly worked. Okay, no, but hear me out. Like, didn't he, like, also open the case? Like, he opened the case. He activated that trap himself. I'm just gonna... We have all the evidence we need to explain both the AEST incident and the poison gas attack. Do we? That seems like a pretty broad statement. Guys, I have the biggest dick in the universe. We have all the evidence to prove that that is true. Okay. Oh my god, Older. Oh god, don't kill me. Oh my god, just saying, okay, like, you're like, I agree. Yes. I was gonna make a joke. Go on. I'm gonna leave it alone. Say it, Aylin. Say it! I need you to say it. Otherwise, how am I going to move on in life, okay? I'm going to sit here and trim my fingernails until you say the joke, okay? Through this insufferable silence, okay? Don't worry, I don't have the click sound. I can't stand the click sound. That's why I gotta cut them myself. I'd argue Daft's metal one is larger? What the fuck? Well, I don't know. Where's Daft? Any statement that Hannah makes is a pretty broad statement. Look at this man. Look at this man! Look at this man! Look at him! Who is this man? He's my mod, that's who. I see you. Heckin' cute. The one in Skyrim. Skyrim has a metal dildo. Wait, what? Where's Daft? I don't know, man. He'll be here eventually. Damn right. Hell yeah. Aren't these, like, incomplete? Didn't work. Quickly, go back. Fuck. Yes, Hannon. He called it a steel mace. Ah, yes. He talked about his yesterday. I thought you were saying that he had an actual one. This is such a broad statement. We have all the evidence we need to explain both the AEST incident and the poison gas attack. Well, what about the fingerprints? Objection! Fucking what? What am I doing wrong, mates? My head hurts. Maybe I just need to press it first. All the evidence you need. In the matter of the AEST, we have a body, a murder weapon, and 2 suspects. As for the poison gas, we have the sources of the 2 chemicals and Ms. Bound's confession. And as for you, Mr. Edgeworth, we also have enough evidence to see that yourself will have to answer. Oh. Hey, we're just a witness helping out. This little shit. Don't worry, Mouserina. If anything, you're always more than welcome at Edgeworth & Co. Your Honor, I'd greatly appreciate if we could stay focused on the matter at hand. I like the idea that he probably doesn't want to become a defense attorney because he's like... I want to say it's because he doesn't want to, like... get in trouble. He's like, he wants to keep the money. I'm not quite sure what I'm supposed to be presenting here. Like, I was hoping it would be this, but it's not. Buck. Objection! Fucking damn it! Maybe I should just press more statements, but I don't wanna. It requires more talking. Press the 4th statement. That's what I did, wasn't it? Yep, and now we have the 5th statement. She adds 2 more statements. Oh, okay. It's saying I need to present this.
Objection!
How? Oh, because there's blood on the scene, right? I'm afraid there's still one question concerning the AEST incident that requires unanswered, Your Honor. Would you mind taking a look at this? What is it? The test results carried out on the liquid at the bottom of the Gemini case in the Winter Wing. As you can see, traces of blood were detected. The question is, whose? Until that question is answered, I hardly think you can claim to have all the evidence. Oh! Everyone else freeze? It did freeze. It's annoying. I don't know why, like, that's probably like, oh, there it goes again. I'm just gonna keep cutting my fingernails, guys. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Are we good? Are we good? It says welcome to chat. I must be in chat then. Fucking order correct. No stress. No stressy. Hi, Han. Hi! Okay, well, we must be good then. There was blood in the Gemini case. Why did I not hear about this from Eustace? Because Detective Gumshoe informed me of the results directly. I was planning to tell Mr. Winter about it myself, of course.
Overruled.
You kept this to yourself until now, despite having no jurisdiction here whatsoever. Mark my words, the committee will hear all about what you have done here today. As ever, my interest is in the truth, and if mistakes were made in the past, they must be rectified. If you must report me to the committee, then so be it. But in return, we must be allowed to investigate this case to the very end. That is not my decision to make. You'll need to discuss it with Eustace. Oh, fuck my life. Guess who's back, losers? And good news too. Oh, the criminal. It was a close call for a minute there, but Augusto is alive. Augusto. He made it. She alive. Fuck you, gavel winner is a dickhead who doesn't listen anyway. Correct. Oh my god, guys, guess what? We get to go back to the Mario voice. You're the ones who found me. Yeah, long time no see, Gusto. You're the attorney's assistant. You've grown, and you have an assistant of your own now. Assistant? No, I'm, he hasn't got the gig just yet. This is Gregory Edgeworth's son. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, at your service. Oh, fate moves in mysterious ways. I mean, you're dead. If you hadn't found me in time, I wouldn't be here to thank you. You're quite welcome. After all, if you hadn't lived, we wouldn't be able to ask you what really happened 18 years ago. Huh? What are you talking about? Figured out quite a bit while you were out cold, including the fact that you're probably the guy who offed poor Artie Frost. I'm fucking sweating. What? Is that true? Ms. Bound set up a very elaborate trap to catch Mr. Frost's murderer. A trap that involved rigging the Pisces case with poison gas. Perhaps in light of that fact, you could tell us in your own words what happened back then. Or perhaps you'd rather exercise your right to remain silent? Oh, it's not that. Gusta here is a fan of the old meditation, you know, and all that jazz. Wow, sleeping while standing. Seems pretty cool. That's one heck of a talent. Except there's no sleeping involved in meditation, okay? Hey, Gusto, old pal, how about you snap out of it and tell us what went down way back when? I was caught in a ghost trap, so I must be the killer. Is this your idea of a joke? I'm the victim here. Indeed you are, Mr. Gusto. Mr. Gusto. Okay. Music's changed. Take a save, guys. Save between music breaks. Where is Daft Elmer? I like that it was just pinned. Okay. No evidence you have done anything wrong. Mr. Edgeworth and Mr. Fender are merely speculating. Rest assured they have no authority here and that you may pay them no heed. At least someone here seems to be on my side. Seriously, it's a shame game mechanics won't let me kill them. Calm down. Okay, this is about giving them due process, okay? That's what this is all about. Judge Faraday Gavel, it's a pleasure, Mr. Gusto. I will assist you in any way you may require. Perhaps you would begin by explaining what actually happened 18 years ago to Mr. Edgeworth. Fine. You want me to prove I'm innocent, Mr. Prosecutor? I'll be happy to. So this is how you mean to play it, Mr. Judge. You're hoping Mr. Gusto will help you to hide what happened instead of trying to correct the record? I believe only in the infallible judgment of the goddess of justice. More like duty process. He said duty. He's right. Duty process, cause it's icky. Alright. Except it is us humans who make the actual judgment calls in our court of law. And so long as there are those who would use the law to their advantage, our rulings are fallible indeed. Like one prick in America. Not enough vodka. Okay. If you would use your position to further obscure the truth, then neither she nor I will forgive you. We shall see about that. What do you advise, Judge Gavel? It would seem you are under suspicion because it was you who triggered the poison gas. Oh my god. Specifically by opening the Pisces case lid. Would you be so kind as to share why with us? Understood. I came to see Frost sculptures. Simple as that. I made a mistake with the opening times and arrived half an hour early. Ms. Bound, was there no one at the reception desk at around that time? I had left the main entrance unguarded, unlocked, just in case the killer made an appearance. I was also busy making preparations elsewhere, all the way up until the gallery's opening. So no, there was no one here on the first floor then. How do you have no security? This is fucking bullshit. I'm like, I'm gonna open a museum, but no security. But I did make sure that all the wings were locked up tight, all except for the autumn wing, that is. I see. She did all that just to steer the culprit into the autumn wing, which is precisely where Mr. Gusto went. Sneaking into a building's pretty suspicious, however you slice it. I agree. Silence in the courtroom. I will permit no objections or interventions until there is some evidence that the witness is lying. Courtroom? You know this is the art gallery, right? Mr. Gusto, if you could please continue by explaining why you opened the Pisces case. I want to see Frost walk up close. So I went to the gym and I went to the Pisces statue. Oh, hold up. Hey, he fucked up. He said the wrong thing. He fucked up. Okay, arrest this man. I just realized, why does he have a seahorse on his hand? What is happening? This guy has a lot of scars too. Are we gonna find out he's like ex-military? I have no idea. I don't know why I'm still doing this voice. This is me now. Hello. It's Wings of Exelion. Here to bright new day. I did it. Aced it. Okay. And I saw the lid was frozen on tight, so I grabbed the blowtorch from nearby and tried to open it. That's kind of insane. Why would you do that? When I finally got it open, gas came pouring out. Fascinating. This is the sort of flawless testimony attorneys can only dream of. Yeah, the everything sounds like a lie kind. I want to like finish cutting my nails, but I need to keep clicking the button. I am none too satisfied with Mr. Guster's explanation myself. Alas, there is no evidence to refute it. Come on, there's gotta be something. It's Bound's story you should be questioning, not mine. I'm not the one who set up the gas trap. She could have killed anybody with this. Objection! God, every time I hear Fender's objection, my brain just thinks, what? Because obviously it's a little like, it's a little like, not as overbearing or like raspy as I do it. So my brain's just like, hang on, whose objection is that? And then you find out it's fucking Fender's voice. She turned on the sprinklers as soon as the gas was released. She knew exactly what she was doing. She was gunning for the killer and nobody else. That killer being you, old pal. So you believe that self-confessed criminal? Miss Bound is far from blameless in this affair, and she will have to pay for her crimes. But so will Mr. Frost's killer. You seem determined to pin Frost's murder on me, but I had no reason to kill him. We were best friends. You have no proof to prove otherwise. Can we really not prove that he's the killer, Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Gusto fell victim to the poison gas. That much is indisputable. Yet, no matter how suspicious his actions in the present may seem, they prove nothing about the past. Yeah, but then what about you, Mr. Fender? There must be something we can do. You're right. May not have evidence, but we have plenty of intel. Let's see now. If Gusto killed Frost, he must have a reason. He claims not to have a motive, but can that really be true? Can it? If he did, he has won. Not many people commit murder just for fun. In fact, your old man had a little back and forth with Von Karma about a probable motive too, remember? How can you possibly say that they're with any sanctity, if their relationship had broken down for some reason? Von Karma wouldn't let us talk to Gusto back then, but we can now. If we can put the pieces together, I think the picture we've been looking for might just emerge. Yes, I think you might be right. I need to think back over the AEST. I do find it interesting that we have a photo. Like, we haven't really, like, had enough, like, focus on specifically the cookbook. Because the cookbook literally says, right, a book containing formulas for creating a cure for taste disorders and other chemical and pharmaceutical items. We have no idea what's in this book, but I wouldn't be surprised to find out. We're gonna find out, like, maybe one of them lost their kid. One of, like, maybe Gusto lost his kid. And they wanted the cookbook to have, like, a cure for the kid, maybe? Yeah. Maybe. Like, maybe he was trying to just find a cure for his son and then decided to kill him, like, last minute because he was like, no, I want to win and get the cookbook. Because you can imagine, like, hear me out, like, Artie Frost, he was like a professional, right? So there was a good chance that he was gonna win. But what if Gusto entered in hopes of winning in order to get the cookbook for his son? But even though they were friends, maybe Artie was like, no, I can't let my pride lose. And he's like, yeah, but my son's at risk. Like, let me just get the book, just let me win. And he wouldn't relent to not winning, so he decided to kill him. That's not so he could get the cookbook for the sake of his son. That's my bad. That's my bad. Okay. And the finger mix. Were you the one wearing the gloves? Miss Scones denied that the finger marks on the frame were hers. But what if they were Mr. Gusto's? Perhaps he had wanted to take a look through the ultimate cookbook for himself. Oh. So he asked me to go put in a new cartridge. He seems to think there should have been more shops left than there were. In other words, the film ran out sooner than expected. Yeah, I was a little confused by this. Yes, the number of shots he took didn't line up with the number of shots remaining. Which still confuses me. I don't know what the importance there is. But he thought maybe we just lost track somewhere along the way. My father noticed these things for a reason. I just need to piece them together correctly. Okay. So Gusto insists he had no reason to kill Artie Frost, but what if they had the thing? Mr. Gusto, you and Mr. Frost conspired to create works for the contest together, did you not? Ah, so you know my little secret. Mr. Fender was kind enough to inform me. Mr. Frost was in charge of the designs while you were in charge of the flavor. Is that correct? What can I say? I still had a long way to travel on the road to become a master confectioner. But you only collaborated up until through the semi-finals. Something changed after that. His son died. That definitely seems to be the implication, because here it says the Gusto's son visited his father daily up through the semi-final and then didn't come onto the final day. So there's a good chance the son died or something. We both wanted to show what we could do. Show that we were better than Tangaroa. Then why did you help Mr. Frost with his entry for the final? What grounds do you have to say that? Your own statement made to Mr. Von Karma 18 years ago. You told him that you'd been working together right up until the day before the final. Backstory. Maybe he took pictures of inside of the cookbook. Oh, that's a good point. We were told that his son was ill and that's why he missed that day. Oh, okay. Still could be relevant. I'm just saying. Because, like, if the son got sick before he was able to cure him, that's a good reason to kind of be upset. So why didn't Mr. Frost help you in return, I submit that your relationship broke down for some reason. And that became the basis of your motive for murder. That's not how it was. Prove it. Sure, we stopped working together, but it was all perfectly friendly. Stopped working together in a friendly way? Kinda hard to imagine, but okay. Besides, how do you think I did it exactly? You think I just strolled into Tangaroa's room and killed Frost? I couldn't have killed the man while Tangaroa was in there working on his chocolate pieces, could I? Gusto couldn't have killed Frost with Tangaroa in his room. Yeah, but he could kill him while he was judging. What? So you'll see, it can't have been me. I wouldn't be so sure. There must be a window of time when Mr. Tangaroa wasn't in his room. And if I can prove that, I can prove that Mr. Gusto had the opportunity to kill Mr. Frost. Yeah, during the judging. Like, right at the beginning of the judging. Okay. I do agree that these two seem to stick together, so if you think of it like that. I literally hadn't thought about it in terms- I was like, what do these two items have in common? Didn't think about taking pictures of the book. Photographing the cookbook's contents would be a perfect way to steal its secrets undetected. And what if Mr. Gusto did just that? What if he used Mr. Tangaroa's camera to photograph the book? It'd be a perfect crime. So much better than stealing it and getting chased by the cops. Sneaky snapshot of 20, huh? That could work. The only, The only question is, when did he have, when would he have done it? Good question. What about during afternoon tea? Didn't Alicia say that Gusto and Frost had missed out on the little tea party they had? Good idea. Back. Welcome back. Which brings me to the next question. When do we know for certain that Mr. Frost was still alive? Mr. Frost had kept to himself inside his room after the contest had started, but he was gone by the time Miss Scone snuck in to sample his work, meaning there's a good chance he was murdered before the end of the afternoon tea. Interesting. Time of the murder! Let's go! We're discovering things! Oh yeah! We can be sure that Mr. Frost was alive until the beginning of the afternoon tea, making tea time the only window during which Mr. Gusto could have killed him. Are you satisfied with Mr. Gusto's story now, Mr. Edgeworth? Sadly, I'm afraid I'm still rather unsatisfied, but things are finally starting to become clear. The truth will soon come to light. Do you mean to say that you have uncovered new evidence? More like trying to rejiggle the pieces together in my head. Evidence? No. I was hoping I might convince Mr. Gusto to open up to us about it instead. Oh, is it my games this time? It is. Mr. Gusto, I have a question for you. Okay, so we have mind chess. I said I have a question for you. No, what is it? You chose to make your entry for the final on your own. I told you, I wanted to test myself. I wanted to prove I was the best in the world. If that were the case, then if that was the case, then surely you wouldn't have chosen to cheat in the first place. So tell me, Mr. Gusto, why did you feel the need to team up with Mr. Frost? It's chess time! God, this is gonna be difficult. He seems to have a habit of pretending to be asleep when things aren't going his way. Okay. When things aren't going his way. Let's start by focusing on why he chose to work with Mr. Frost. Time to figure out what the fuck is going on. What inspired you to collaborate with Mr. Frost? We were acquaintances before we were contestants. He was interested in entering the contest, so we decided to sign up together. And your decision to pair up with a sculptor had nothing to do with your lack of faith in your skills? No, you don't know me. We joined forces because we want to make the most perfect creations possible. That's all. Frost's son and mine were in the same grade at school, so we got along pretty well too. Oh, you were just two friends who happened to try for the title of world's greatest confectioner. Yeah. Wake up! Pretending to be asleep when the going gets tough won't work on me, I'm afraid. Mr. Frost was the sculptor, Mr. Gusto. I doubt he cared much about winning a title for confectioners. In which case, he probably had a different motive for taking part in the contest, wouldn't you say? Oh, fine, it was me. I wanted that title. Frost was only in it for the prize, the ultimate cookbook. I see, and since your objectives dovetail? What the fuck? Dovetailed so neatly. Went down? Oh my god. Sure. Oh, dovetailed. Oh, it's like the doves together. Okay, like in Home Alone too. Yeah, that's my point of reference. Shh. Look up a dovetail point. No, They fit neatly together. They like get hugs. And your objectives dovetailed so neatly you decide to work together. Who would use that word? But then something happened. A breakdown in your relationship, perhaps? If so, I want to know why. Mr. Prosecutor, I'm still quite unwell from my brush with death. Pushed me too hard. And I'll be on my way back to the medical room. No, wait. Then you better wrap this up quickly. I'm already dangerously low on patience. Mr. Gusto is desperately trying to make his escape, but he's not going anywhere yet. So long as he's still keeping things from me, so let's figure out what he was really after next. Okay. There's no time to lose, and I picked the right line. Did you want to appear on Bacon Bob? Did you want more than just the title? You had your eyes on something other than the title, didn't you? After all, I'm not sure the title of World's Greatest Confectioner even counts for that much. Now you're insulting the way of the confectioner. My goal, my only goal, was to win that title. Okay, I fucked up. Look, my sense of design may not have been up to snuff back then, but you should see me now. Oh, so you've improved. You bet I have. I didn't do all that training in Zhengfa for nothing. That's going to be relevant later. We're gonna see this guy end up dead soon. I looked up to Tangoro, you know, spent hours poring over the designs of his work. I even used to watch his shows with my son. It sounds to me like Mr. Tangoro's work was especially influential in your early studies. And with his recipe book, you might have even become the best someday. Maybe. The book was a real treasure, no doubt about that. Any confectioner would have wanted it. So you claim your only goal was to win the title, yet you also seem to have an interest in the contest prize. No, really, it comes from a dovetail joint, which is where two pieces of wood are cut in a certain way that they slot together perfectly. Yeah, like the Home Alone. Remember there's like Home Alone 2 and he gets like a little hanging doves and they like kind of like they like come in a pair. It's kind of like that. Right? So yeah. Hi Ultra. How you doing? Oh my god. I'm sleepy. Okay. Kind of works. The greatest collection of recipes by the world's greatest confectioner. Hang on, but that's not what was inside the book. I can't say I had absolutely no interest in it. And even if I did, what exactly is wrong with that? Nothing, I suppose. Only that the book contained recipes for medicine, not desserts. And everyone who entered the contest supposedly knew that. Oh. I feel like I'm getting somewhere. Save. Save time. Still looks skeptical and chooses bide my time. Okay, listen. Dovetail ornaments. Okay, this wouldn't be helpful. Have you seen... Is this not helpful? Fuck. Listen, I know it might sound crazy, but I know what I'm talking about. Maybe. God, this just literal... They're not... None of this is helpful, god damn it. Did you know what the book was really worth? Did you need it to help you make your sweets? Did you know how valuable the cookbook really was? What kind of question is that? It was a collection of Tangoro's recipes.
There wasn't a confectioner in the world who wouldn't have wanted to get their hands on it.
I don't have a clue as to how to perceive this line of questioning. Oh. So your plan was to win the cookbook and use it to help you with your own creations?
What else? A book like that could have improved my craft tenfold.
You could have made a lot of money if you sold it.
I don't know much about what was actually in there, but it was worth more than money, I'll tell you that.
Come now, Mr. Gusto. I think you know more about the ultimate cookbook than you claim.
They told us a little about it at the start of the contest.
Then you know what kind of recipes it actually contained, don't you? And that they weren't dessert recipes at all.
I see you did your homework. Fine, so you know what was really in there. The Ultimate Cookbook, or the Angel's Cookbook, to give it a proper title. It's a collection of chemical formulas and ways to synthesize new medicines nobody has ever heard of.
And so he did know the cookbook was actually contained recipes. Okay. Your designs may have improved thanks to your training in Gen Fa, but you clearly didn't do enough work on your skills of deception. You have already admitted that you knew the Ultimate Cookbook was a collection of recipes for medicine. Thereby making your interest not gastronomical but pharmaceutical in nature. What a great line. Seems nothing like a reference to Home Alone 2. What? That's crazy. Well, okay, the point is, in Home Alone 2, they have like two doves. You know what, maybe you know what I'm realizing is that I'm completely wrong. No, I'm like mixing the two up in my memory. I'm sorry, my memory is fucking shit. We had one on our own tree when we were kids, I think. No, I know what it is. I swear I know what it is, okay? I'm not crazy. We had one when we were kids. I thought it was in Home Alone 2. I might be wrong. There is a fucking dove ornament in that, because then he gives the lady with the doves one right at the end. Okay. Anyway, the point is we had one at home. I'm pretty sure where it was like two doves and they would sit in with each other. What? This is not doves. Okay, you know what? Just fucking kill me now, Estania. What? 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 They were doves! Fucking nestled together like hugs! No, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me.
Oh, the grades!
You were trying to become a pharmacist. You needed medicine, didn't you? Okay. Ornaments in the film, but the phrase doves refers to the kind of joint. Since when? No one's ever called that a dovetail joint. I guarantee you it's probably called something else. As far as I know. Dovetail? I'm gonna ask Godara when she comes in here. I'm gonna ask her. She always knows so much better than I do. Your confectioner, Mr. Gusto, you had no professional interest in revolutionary new medicines, which suggests that your interests must have been personal.
I underestimated you. Fine, you're right. Winning the title wasn't the only reason I entered the contest.
Since forever, it's because they fit together so satisfyingly and hold. No, but like, aren't they like teeth? They're like teeth. Like they're called like. You could call those anything other than dovetailed. Like plenty of birds have like a similar kind. You know, his father, who is a qualified carpenter, dovetail joint does in fact is it. It's not that I don't believe that it doesn't exist. I just feel like it has a different name, surely. Or at least no one told me the name. Okay. Dovetail, like, I was... In my heart, I'm correct, okay? About the doves hugging, okay? There were hugging doves, I swear. I'm not crazy.
Anyway, I needed one of the recipes in that book. It was for my son. He was sick. I fucking knew it.
He was. Tell me more.
That's none of your business. I told you. As much as you need to know.
He looks rattled, but I can't let him off the hook. Let's find out what this mystery illness was. Oh, great.
Can I just, like, not?
I feel like I shouldn't press into his personal business, but this is important. I turned predict text off. Why the fuck is it still adding words to my sentences? Maybe it's a different setting? It's just the hugging doves isn't where the phrase come from. Well, it does in my heart. Okay. There were hugging doves. Good. I'm glad there was hugging doves. The doves should hug. Okay. I've almost gotten to the bottom of this. I can feel it. Just a few more moves. What was the name of your son's condition? Tell me more about your son. Let's try better tact.
He was my pride and joy, my biggest fan.
And you entered the contest in order to help him.
You clearly don't have children of your own. Any father would have done the same. I would have done anything to help him. Anything. He would come see me at the contest venue too, right up through the semi-final.
Really? He didn't get in the way of your work? If you were trying to beat Samson Tangaroa, surely you didn't have the time to look after a child.
Yeah, well, I wanted to do what I could for him. He said he always wanted to be the first to try my creations. Oh.
Fuck. He was sweating, so I was like, does that mean push or not? Because before it was like, it was different. You said your son was sick, Mr. Gusto, and yet he was able to come and join you for the contest.
It wasn't that kind of illness. Nothing life-threatening anyway.
This feels like it could be an important clue. So you needed the cookbook to cure your son?
Yeah, nowadays you can get the medication he needed anywhere. But back then, that book was our only hope. 18 years? Wow. Which is why I didn't dare waste my time on fancy tea parties. I had to give my all to my work.
What about Mr. Tangaroma's work? Surely that tea break gave you the perfect opportunity to steal a glance at it?
What makes you think I had the energy or time to care about what the others had made?
I think you've made it abundantly clear how much interest you had in Mr. Tangaroma's work. What's more, if you were that determined to win the ultimate cookbook, I seriously doubt you could have passed up on a chance to take a peek at your competitors' entries.
I had plenty of chances throughout the contest to see and sample my rival's work, you know. But each time I did, nothing seemed to have any flavor.
Oh shit.
Must have been nerves or something.
Same illness? Nothing Mr. Gusto tasted had any flavor. That seems like it could be an important clue. Could you tell me the name of the disease your son suffered from?
You're a real cold customer, Mr. Prosecutor. Isn't it enough he was seriously ill? Why would you force me to tell you more?
Time to deploy my clue. But you've already shared with me that your son's illness wasn't life-threatening, so why are you so reluctant to share any further details?
It may not have been life-threatening, but that doesn't mean it hadn't been life-altering.
That's fair. I see, that must have been very hard on the both of you.
Of course it was. That was why I did everything I could to find a cure. We were desperate. He couldn't taste anything, not even his favorite desserts. That's kind of sad, man. I understand it. The Ultimate Cookbook contains the recipe for a very particular medication. One that Mr. Tangarello used to cure himself of his own taste disorder.
So he had it too?
Two, you say? So your son has a taste disorder then, am I correct?
How did I let that sleep?
You've been asking me to believe that you need— I'm gonna save.
I'm doing really well, okay?
You've been asking me to believe that you needed to win the cookbook in order to cure your son. But was that really the case?
Of course it was. What are you saying?
I'm saying that I'm not so sure that's true based on everything you've told me. Taste disorders are difficult to live with. It isn't easy not being able to enjoy your food. You should know, after all, you just told me you'd experienced something like that during the contest. You said that nothing you sampled had any flavor. Those were your words, correct? Which would seem to suggest that you were suffering from a taste disorder. A confectioner without a sense of taste. Not exactly ideal. Are you sure it wasn't actually your own condition you were seeking a cure for, Mr. Gusto?
I've had enough of your speculations.
Yeah, it might be possible that his son was coming in to visit to maybe, like, taste the food for him. Just to see if it was good.
I managed just fine in that contest. Made all of my entries no problem.
Must have been really something. But weren't you working with Mr. Frost?
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you're contradicting your own testimony. You already admitted that you and Mr. Frost had worked together during the contest. It's too late to claim you did it all on your own now.
Oh no. Oh no! What do I do?
You would have us believe that you're a man of principle, a dedicated student of the confectioner's art. Yet you abandoned those principles and conspired with Mr. Frost to rig the contest. Also, you could cure your own taste disorder.
Alright, good job. You got me. Yeah, there we go. You got me, Mr. Prosecutor. You got me. Okay, don't. It's late. It's too late. It's too late now. As you say, my sense of taste was short. My son's was fine. I'd kept it hidden for so long. 18 years. Nobody knew.
Sadly, you can lie to others, but you can't lie to me. Both Mr. Gusto and Mr. Frost entered the contest, hoping to obtain the ultimate cookbook for the medicine that would cure Mr. Gusto's disorder and the money it would bring in for Mr. Frost.
I mean, that does make sense, actually. Hey, Tap! Oh no, I clicked the wrong thing. Sorry, I'm trying to— no! I'm trying to, like, bring up the right thing. Hi, Tap. How you doing? That's a flood of redemptions. That's about normal. Sprinkle positivity. I'll do sprinkle again.
Sprinkle positivity.
Chaz cute. Illy time! Love you very much, Illy. Hope you're well. I am! I'm a little tired, but that's okay. I've got to go to bed early tonight, so that'll be nice at least. It's a constant drip. Of what? Okay, give me a second. I'm just scrolling up to where I'm up to in the mine chest. Okay. Here. Okay. Where is that, guys? I'm making tap jokes about the redemptions. Oh, okay.
Thus, an uneasy alliance was forged. And that, I believe, is checkmate.
I love you.
talking Miles Edgeworth. Don't mind me. Oh, I'll admit it. You're good. I never told anybody any of this, but you figured it out all the way. It's true. 18 years ago, I developed ageusia. Sure, I can pronounce that. Ageusia. Ageusia. A goose. It just sounds like a goose. So yeah. Okay, well, I don't really know. You know what? I'm gonna Google it. Give me a second. I can't pronounce this. What am I supposed to do if I can't pronounce the word? Okay. Ageusia. Can you pronounce it for me? Define. Come on, website. I need this. No. Where's the website actually? Here it is. Here we go. Ageusia. It's a Z sound, not an S sound. Ageusia. 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 Okay. It's a goose. Let's go. What's ageusia? It's a taste disorder that makes it so you can't taste anything at all. A confectioner's worst nightmare. Mr. Fender, is that what Mr. Torangaro had as well? No, big man had what they call dissociated taste disorder. Which probably means he had so much sweet stuff, he'd like built up a resistance to it. Basically, some things he could taste just fine, while others had no flavor at all. So he suffered too. Can't have been easy. Not when there wasn't a way to cure it on the market. I'm surprised that there's medication for it, to be honest. There must be actual medication for stuff like this. It's good to know, honestly, because I feel like if I started having that problem, I'd probably just be like, oh well, this is my life now, rather than think it's actually, you know, fixable. Which is why you needed Mr. Tangaroa's cookbook. Do you admit now that that was the real reason you entered the contest? It was it was only one of the reasons. I wasn't lying when I said I wanted the title. When I put my mind to something, it gets done, even though I murdered somebody. And I won't lose to anybody. I may not have been able to taste it then, but I still knew my stuff was good enough to win. Oh, so you went into the final thinking you stood a good chance of winning? Of course. What was it that Fender said about what Mr. Tangaroo thought of Mr. Gusto's creation? I don't remember. Those were a perfect balance of flavor and design, at least up through the semi-final. Oof. But disappointingly, his entry for the final was subpar on both accounts. Oof. Oof! We were told that your entry for the final was far from the prize-winning taste sensation you described. What happened, Mr. Gusto? What went wrong that day? Fine. You want me to talk? I'll talk. But you're not going to like what I have to say. Okay, I guess we'll see what happens. Frost and I were working together right up through the semi-final. I handled the flavor, he did the designing. But I wanted to face Tangaroa in the final on my own. No help, just me and my skills. So I helped Frost with his entry. But mine, I did alone. If it didn't taste good in the final, that's on me. What can I say? I lacked training. Wait, you lacked training, but you said to... There's all there is to it. Happy now? There don't seem to be any obvious contradictions. Yeah, not that I thought it'd be easy to get anything real out of him. He's managed to not let slip what really happened for 18 years after all. Why don't you try pushing a little bit, Mazzarino? See if you can't shake some loose. I think I just might have to, Fender. Bye-bye. Working together right up through the semi-final. Handed the flavor, did the designing. But I wanted to face Tangaroo in the final, my own skill. So I helped first with him and did mine alone. I feel like the lacked training doesn't seem right. Because he seemed to say that he was like trained a lot for it. I don't know. Yes, I heard your creation prior to the final was scored highly for their flavor. So what went wrong? Was there some kind of cooking accident on that day? No, nothing like that. It was, I told you, I had a taste disorder. My sense of taste failed me. It's as simple as that. But Mr. Frost's entry were complimented on its flavor. Your sense of taste hadn't failed you then. Did something happen overnight? I think he's gonna spill any more beans. Ask about the semi-final, stay on course, ask about Mr. Frost. Ask about the semi-final? Did something, no. Voices, come on. Did something change between the semi-final and the final, Mr. Gusto?
Not really. Fuck! I pressed the wrong one. The only difference between the semi-final and the final was the Frost wasn't there to pick me.
Save. In bed, game off, now unwinding. Nice. While I wait for the TV to turn itself off because I can't find the remote. Just magically it disappears in the wall. Hang on, we have evidence against that.
Do we?
The only thing we have that says... I mean, unless it's the sun. Again, maybe the sun was helping him with the taste of things.
Objection!
Alright. I ate it. Nice.
I can think of one significant difference between the semi-final and the final, Mr. Gusto. Your son, this is him in the photograph, correct? You told me he was here with you up and through the semi-final.
Oh, he was? What of it?
What indeed? He was here with you until the semi-final, until he suddenly wasn't for the final. And just as suddenly, your work went from being lauded for its flavor to being lambasted for it. I don't think that's a coincidence, do you? He wasn't just spending quality time with his father, he was playing a much more pivotal role than that.
I just wanted him to see me hard at work, to show him I was making my best for us. Who knows, maybe it was him being here that helped me do so well in those early rounds.
Talk's a good game, but nothing about this guy screams super dad to me.
How much could the encouragement of one small boy affect the taste of a grown man's work? Simple. Put more sugar in.
He must have had a tough time maintaining his high standard after such a devastating loss, unless...
You know what's weird? They make it sound like they don't have their own recipes for things here. Can I just say? They literally make it sound like, oh shit, I can't taste this batter, sorry, as I'm going, so I can't test how sweet it is or something like that. When, you know, most of the time you can just follow a recipe and then you can just use it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, I'm confused.
I'm sure your son was here to cheer you on, but that wasn't all he was here to do, was it?
Very suspicious man, Mr. Prosecutor, but why not try answering yourself for a change? What was an elementary school kid doing here, other than to support his dad?
To make your creations for you. To taste your creations? He was making them? That doesn't seem right. Yeah, okay. I was right. So it's just tasting them. Okay. I didn't know if they were insinuating more for a second there.
Your son knew the taste of your work pretty well, I imagine, Mr. Gusto.
He was my biggest fan. Of course he knew it.
In which case, he would have been a good judge of whether something tasted on brand, so to speak, no?
What are you implying?
You've already told us that you were suffering from a taste disorder.
Yes, okay, that was 30 seconds ago, come on.
Nobody knew about your condition. Indeed, I doubt Mr. Frost would have wanted to continue collaborating with you had he found out. After all, it was your job to make sure his creations tasted good. Therefore, your son wasn't just here to support you. He was helping you by taste testing your work. Bam. Dang, now it all makes sense. Raw stuff tasted pretty good because it really was finished the day before, when the kid was still here.
Oh, bro, I didn't even put that together.
You had a vivid imagination, Mr. Prosecutor.
I'll be honest, I'm mostly asleep for Ace Attorney games. That's fair. Some weird ass shit happens in games. For example, jumping from cliffs into rapids and not dying. I'm glad that you remember that part. Or like the clown lady with balloon booba. There was a clown lady with balloon booba? I want to know where the balloon booba is. Balloon booba.
Do you seriously think you would out-trust a kid to tell me how to adjust the taste of my masterpieces? I have some pride, you know, even back then.
Did you know?
My designs may not have been much to write home about back then, but I always knew my work tasted better than anybody else's. You think I'd risk everything by putting my reputation in the hands of a child? This is just more speculation, that's all it is.
In that case, I asked to speak with your son this instant. Let's see how much your story he can corroborate.
Sadly for you, my son is no longer my concern. What?
What?
As soon as I got my sense of taste back, I went straight to Zhangfa to start my training, and cut off all ties with the kid for good. What the fuck?
What? You abandoned your own child.
And that ain't the half of it. No one knows where he is, even now.
Did he fucking get kidnapped? What? This is gonna be important later, surely.
Cops had looked all over for him, but no dice. So, still think you can prove your asinine theory? I'd like to see you try.
Hang on, you didn't... Hang on. You didn't, like, kill your own son in order to make sure that they stayed quiet about this whole affair. You wouldn't do that, right? You're a loving father, super dad, as they say. I pray that is not the case, because that would be fucked up.
Oh god, you think I care about anything besides confectionery? You think I can? I'm just a fucked up man with a red hat, okay? That's all I am. I'm a Mario. I mean, I'm Gusto. Haha.
I used it. What a wretch of a father. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. That's the thing. Like, really? That's like your thought. You're like, it's funny because it's almost like he was like, shit, I'm gonna get caught. Immediately just went to a different country.
What do I have for us? What need do I have for a son?
Is this where we find out sorry, not someone else? We're gonna find out someone else is the son, surely. This is all gonna reconnect.
While Mr. Guster's words and actions may demonstrate a certain lack of humanity on his part, the goddess of justice cannot judge him for that. Therefore, fucking asshole, Mr. Edgeworth, I believe it is time for you to admit defeat.
Yeah, give it up. 18 years is a long time for anything to surface now. Proof or otherwise.
Mr. Edgeworth, we have to do something. If we don't, the truth might be lost forever. Can we at least arrest him for, you know, breaking and entering into, well, he didn't break technically anything, but he still broke into this place. Like, we should arrest him on that. Where are you, Detective Gumshoe? Where is Detective Gumshoe? I forgot what he was doing. Get him.
I can't imagine whose blood it could possibly be, but we'll get tested right away, sir.
We're gonna find out. Find out it's Guster's blood.
Hey, hey Miles, sorry to cut in your Mind Palace time.
Thank you.
But I was pondering something myself. Our friend Guster didn't come here just to check up on the body, did he?
You mean because he tried to open the case?
Exactamundo. Think he have anything that might explain why he tried to do that?
We might, if Detective Gumshoe can make it back in time with a certain piece of evidence.
That's quite enough idle chatter, Defense. Now if you'd...
Mr. Edgeworth, sir, sorry to keep you waiting.
Speak of the devil. Where's going? Oh, he's in the corner. I take it you have the test's results, Detective.
That was the politest way I've heard someone call another person a monster. Good on you, Gavel. Gavel at least acknowledges Gusto is a slimeball. Bury the bitch. She's fine. She's doing her job. She's a bit of an asshole. She might die. We'll see. You don't know. We'll see what happens.
The lab just go back to me.
Detective, please, court is in session. Now then, am I right to assume that you're bringing us the evidence Mr. Edgeworth was just speaking of?
What? Hey, no fair. Why didn't anyone tell me about this? It is indeed the evidence in question, Your Honor. It needed testing, so I asked him to carry it out. What the? Why is everyone always helping you? I'm supposed to be the one in charge here. Mr. Winner, I don't know how to put this, but nobody likes you. I want you to understand this, that you're not really saying nice things to people. You don't really bring up the room, you know? Like, I need you to, like, you literally call me loser all the time. Like, just because your name is Winner doesn't mean that you can just, like, call me loser, okay? That seems kind of rude, you know what I mean? And then you call my poor scruffy buns insults all the time. Like, don't insult Detective Gumshoe, okay? He's my boy. Alright? He's very loyal. And he'd be loyal to you too if you were nice to him, okay? I, to this day, have not figured out why Detective Gumshoe likes me so much, but the more he sticks around me, I begin to realize that maybe I'm not so bad if he's willing to stick around me. So he makes me feel good about myself, that's what I'm saying. I don't, but my point is that you, Winner, you could have a Gumshoe if you just worked on being just a little nicer, okay?
One word, Winner. Loyalty. You're right. You can do your job and not be an asshat. Correct.
I'm sorry, I didn't involve you, but this is important.
That line literally screams,
I'm sorry I didn't involve you, but this is for adults.
He fucking literally just said, sorry, but this is for adults line without actually saying it.
Can we at least hear what the detective has to say? But, alright. So, Detective Gumshoe, what did the tests have to tell us?
You're not gonna believe it, sir, but the odor of the blood we found in the liquid at the bottom of the Gemini case is Camelo Augusto, the victim of the poison gas attack.
What are you talking about?
Thank you, Detective. You've been very helpful. Well,
Go sit at the kids' table, Winner. Exactly. We've literally seen why Edgeworth saved Gumshoe's ass right at the start, and he's stuck with him since. I mean, I guess that's true. It's just kind of weird to think that he's like, that one case was enough for him to dedicate his loyalty through to the end. But let's face it, I would serve Edgeworth, let's face it. You guys don't know why, like, I'm the same way with Adara. Like, I was like, man, she's the best. And then I just keep supporting her. I'm just like, yeah, got this.
It looks like my suspicions were correct.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
Okay. We got this. Okay, give me a second. I'm bringing the walkthrough back up. Okay, I think I don't know where I'm up to anymore. I think I'm up to past here. I think I'm here.
Yes. What do you mean? Explain yourself. What is the significance of this blood to this case?
It's only the very thing the perpetrator of the IS-7 incident has been trying to hide all these years.
Hi.
The fact that your blood was found inside the Gemini case, Mr. Gusto, is as good as us finding your blood lying right next to Mr. Frost's body.
Ayo.
Why would there be traces of your blood there? Of all places, Mr. Gusto.
Yeah, what? So the reason they washed the blood off the chocolate to remove it from the scene was because it was his blood and not Artie's? Like, what? If you won't answer her, Honor, Mr. Guster, then I will. There wasn't just blood in the liquid from the Gemini case. There were traces of salt and sugar, too.
There were.
And if you remember, one particular part of Mr. Frost's work was allegedly very salty indeed.
Oh yeah. You're talking about what Delicia told us back then, right?
Was it again?
Did they ever? I never tried ice so scrumptious in my life. Well, scrumptious except for the salty bit, of course. That was unbearable.
I'm still confused why there was a salty bit, but whatever. Gemini's liar. Yes, the liar. The only liar tasted as if it had been flavored with salt. There were no traces of salt anywhere else in Mr. anyone else in Mr. Frost's entry.
Very interesting. Then perhaps you can tell us, Mr. Edgeworth. Where did the salt and the liar come from?
The blood? Oh, it's a salt lamp. Hold up. What? That wouldn't change the whole flavor of the ice. That's stupid. What do you mean? Whatever. Okay. I was like, what fucking has blood on it and is salty? This is like, I forgot that this was a salt lamp, but like there's nothing else. Like this is
the lamp from the IS-7 incident.
Indeed, I believe that the salt that gave the liar its flavor came from just such a lamp.
What the fuck? What is happening? I'm so confused.
Mr. Von Karma had established that both salt lamps were in Mr. Tangaroa's room at the time of the crime. One of them was used to kill Mr. Frost, and it was stained with his blood. But no corresponding pool of blood was found in Mr. Tangaroa's room.
Ah, because the culprit had chucked the piece of chocolate with that on it into the little stream.
Furthermore, aside from the liar, no traces of salt were found anywhere else in Mr. Frost's room either.
What?
Hey, come to think of it, the lamps were found in Delicia's room were both broken. We never did figure out how the one that wasn't used to kill Frost got busted, but are we thinking maybe it had Guster's blood on it at some point?
Really? Oh my god, what is happening? I go to the gift sub and there was a very specific emote I want to show Daft. Oh no. Idea. Changed defendant's name to not guilty, so when the judge asks for the name, they say, you're not guilty. And you're like, thank you, I am not guilty, I'll see you later. That'd be funny. Okay guys, I've been trying to hold on, but I really should go to the toilet. Alright, I will be back. I have a feeling he's not dropping in today. He's probably busy. Busy. I will be back. Give me a second. Sorry, I just grabbed my clothing from the other room. What's happening? But above is the emote. Oh my god, what the fuck? That is really unnerving. Okay. Why is that allowed? That shouldn't be allowed. What the fuck? They say for an emote, it has to be clearly clothed butt. I don't know how they got away with this. I'm pretty sure they say that in... Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, where's my hand? Here it is. Okay. Anyone whose blood was found on one of the lamps would have been a person of interest to the police. So the killer needed to hide the blood somehow, in a way that wouldn't arouse suspicion. You're seriously suggesting that the lyre was used to do just that? I am. I suspect the bloody salts was somehow applied to the lyre so it could be hidden inside the case. Because unlike the fountain water, the sculptures would have needed more time and care to test properly. And so he waited and waited for his chance to dispose of the lyre undetected. Then, the reason he is here today is... 18 years ago, Mr. Frost's body and the evidence pointed to his killer... What? Mr. Frost's body and the evidence pointing to his killer were taken away together. Okay. This, of course, was not a part of the perpetrator's plan, and thus a new dilemma arose. The possibility that the body, the incriminating evidence, or both, would resurface one day. So back he comes, 18 years later, sneaking in bright and early to try and cover his tracks. Well, Mr. Gusto, are you finally ready to admit it? That you're the one responsible for the AEST incident. I have something like that as well, but it's a bird. You're nice. Birds! I do like birds. Before I go to sleep, I'd like to see Orb Daddy. Yes, ma'am. Let me just... Praise be the Orb Daddy. Guys, my legs hurt. I don't know why they hurt so much, but they hurt. Anyway, hi Orb Daddy. Hi Hannah. Hi Mama. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Doing real good. Hannah's been so busy. She hasn't had the time to nap on me recently. But that's okay, it just means I retain my shape better. I'm sorry I'm too short that I kind of, like, you can't see me over the chair. But I love you, Mama. Herb Daddy, my baby. Yay. It's alright, we love you all the same. Squeeze. Big squishes for our big boy. Yeah. Alright, thanks, Orb Daddy. He's a good boy. Ellie, Orb Daddy. Hi, Chop. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, he's doing great. I'm always proud of you, Chop. I always think you're great. You're doing wonderful. You're taking steps slowly towards the future. If he does lose shape too, just let me know. Oh, yeah, no worries. I think he's okay. I probably just need to spend some time like squishing him this ways, you know what I mean? Kind of like woof him back into shape a little bit. Cause he's so easy to like squish down, you know, like I just want to go, but I really need to stop doing that. If I do that, I need to like hug him this way or something. Nani? Off to sleep for me for now. Love you, Han. Or Daddy and shit. Love you, Aylin. Sleep well. Take care. Look after yourself. See you on Sunday or Monday. We'll see. I need to decide what we're gonna do if we can't watch One Piece. I need to come up with like a new plan. Maybe it's like the plan should be dragging me through Avatar, but like, whew, I feel like I'm not gonna have the patience for that. Mr. Gusto, it's all because of you, that's Samson. Gusto.
So I finally got caught, huh? After all these years later. Nobody came close back then. Not even the big-shot prosecutor or the attorney. That's some impressive work, Mr. Prosecutor. I have to hand it to you.
Okay. Excuse me, ma'am. He just admitted to doing the crime. Quickly, arrest him. Which Avatar? The Airbender Avatar. Because I haven't watched it, and everyone tells me to watch it. I might zone out a little bit in season 1, but like aside from that... Oh. You admitted then that you murdered Artie Frost.
Damn. Sure I do. I did it. I killed him. But he only had himself to blame.
What do you mean by that?
He agreed to help me. We were supposed to help each other so that one of us could win. And whoever won was supposed to let the other use the cookbook. But on the day of the final, the rat finally showed his true colors. What? Seriously, Frost, we had a deal.
Sorry, I'm not helping you in the final. Our little agreement is over, Gusto.
But I helped you. I spent all day yesterday making the ice for your pieces.
Did you? And you can prove that, I suppose?
What do you... Wait, you were planning to betray me right from the start, weren't you? After Frost double-crossed me, I had to make my piece for the final by myself.
It's pretty good. I love it. Watched it many times. At least once a year. I love that. Good on you. I haven't gotten around to it, and I have watched, I'm pretty sure I've watched like all of the first season. Maybe I'm missing like the last like 3-ish episodes, but like I'm pretty sure I've watched like most of the first season. So I've just really, and like I just need to like, I should do it, okay? For Lily's sake, I should. Because otherwise I would disappoint Lily. And because so much recently has been like such a hit or miss whether we can even watch One Piece, I'm kind of like, if I at least go in with the intention of it's either One Piece if people turn up, otherwise it's Avatar, like I need to refocus. Or Zuko. I think you'll like Sokka. No, I'm really excited to know Zuko because people talk about how he's like, you know, gets to have like a whole change in behavior from like bad to good, and I would like to see that transition. I'm a huge fan of like characters who were bad who eventually come to the good side, because I like the idea of like them finally opening their eyes to realize the terribleness of the situation. Redemption arc, exactly. Love redemption arcs.
After Frost double-crossed me, I had to make my piece for the final by myself. And like you said, my son wasn't there, so I didn't have any help with the flavor either.
And so much for the pride you claim to have in your abilities to make delicious desserts. Don't mock him right now, man. You're kicking him when he's down.
Go ahead and judge. You have no idea what it was like for someone like me to lose my sense of taste. I gave up everything to become the best. Everything. I take pride in that. Something someone like you could never understand.
You're right. I don't understand. Do you take pride in the fact that you resorted to murder? Or that you abandoned your son? Why would I want to understand someone who would do such a thing?
A man can't afford to rely on other people. I learned that the hard way 18 years ago. My son never showed up on the day of the final. And in hindsight, I wouldn't be surprised if Frost was the reason why.
What? Why do you think that? What exactly happened to your son?
How am I supposed to know? I told you, he's none of my concern anymore. And according to you guys, nobody know where he's been now.
Saying Artie Frost was a part of, like, making the kid disappear. We're gonna find out there's going to be, like, a big, like, there's gonna be one of these cases is gonna end up being, like, a whole, like, kidnapping ring. I swear. Uncle Iroh is a very popular character as well. Yes, I've seen a lot of screenshots of things that he says, and it's very cute. And you don't care? You're horrible. So with his disappearance, so too went your chances of winning, correct?
X10. It's so touching to see your surprised reaction to Uncle Tail's death, blissfully unaware that this event is just about the most iconic moment in Sonic's entire life. For most people, it's one of the very first things they learn about Sonic, but because you start with the MCU version, you manage to watch a ton of Sonic material without being aware of it at all, so surprise! Can you imagine, like, you get to, like, the 4th Sonic movie, fires up the banhammer, and it just, like, fucking smashes, like, literally the first opening 10 minutes of Sonic 4 is literally Tails just being killed by Amy or something with a giant mallet, just whoosh. Cause, thank you for the 10 bits. Much appreciated. Huh? Don't worry. He's funny.
I had another way of getting my hands on that book. That's when inspiration struck. I didn't have to. I decided to skip afternoon tea and snuck into Tangaro's room. Should have been so easy. All I had to do was photograph the formulas I needed and get out of there. But then Frost showed up. Oh shit. I thought I might find you here. Stealing recipes from the famous cookbook. Tut tut tut. Frost! What's this? A cure for taste disorders? Oh no, that's just too tragic. Confectioner who can't taste anything? What will people say? Wow, Artie was a fuckface. I definitely feel like we're gonna find out Artie's a part of, like, something else. He definitely never looked like a good guy, you know? If you tell anyone else... No. You what? You can't even hit me, you miserable worm. Why, you? Frost shoved me hard when I went to punch him, knocked me clean off my feet. I crashed into one of the lamps, must have been when my blood got on it. So Mr. Frost wasn't the first to get hit?
Don't worry, it's no spoiler, I haven't even watched the films yet. Alright, but if Tails dies in the next one, I'm gonna fucking cry, okay? Can you imagine? So Mr. Frost wasn't the first to get hurt. When it was all over, I realized I had to get rid of that blood somehow, so I scraped off all the bloodied bits. I dissolved those salt shavings in some flavored ice mixture and brushed it all over the lamp. A harp. And that's how you made the evidence linking you to the murder vanish. Frost was going to blackmail me. He would have made me give him money to keep quiet about my condition. And so you decided you had to kill him?
You could always arrest him. Yeah, I guess I did. Why would I let him live? Would you want someone holding something like that over your head? Besides, he's the one who drew first blood. Makes for a solid case of self-defense, don't you think?
Yeah, even if he draws first blood though, that doesn't mean like if he keeps punching you, that's where the problem starts, right? So that's the impetus. I'm sure, behind it all.
Anyway, I initially took the lamp to Frost's room, went straight there once I'd figured out how I was going to hide the bloodied part. Inspired by all the ice sculpting tools lying about the place, I guess. You're not as dumb as you pretend to be. Yeah, figured I could use them to chip it off and grind it up. After that was done, painting the stuff all over the harp was easy. But why Samson? Why'd you have to frame him? I never framed him. Never meant for the cops to pin it on him. That was your fault. You and the rest of them. Why do you think I went to the trouble of placing the lamp and cloths back in Scorn's room?
There's only one reason to plant the murder weapon in the room of another contestant, and that's to cast suspicion to that person.
What? You tried to frame me, Gusty Pants? Yeah. But why? Why poor old me? I respected Tangaroa. He was the best, a true champion. I never would have wanted him to take the fall. But you're a fraud. Your work wasn't even real. You had no respect for our craft at all. You deserve to be punished for what you did. Oh, Gusty, how could you? And had you refrained from eating Tangaroa's work, Frost's body wouldn't have been found. My plan was to wait until Tangaroa was judging your room. That's when I'd sneak the corpse into Frost's room and freeze it. But thanks to you, found it before I had the chance to retrieve it. I don't understand. Why do you need to freeze his body at all? Ah, why indeed? Mr. Edgeworth, surely you must know. Why did Mr. Gusto need to freeze Mr. Burr's body? To pass it off as an ice sculpture, to obscure the time of death, to hide the true crime scene. The reason Mr. Gusto had to freeze the body was to hide the true scene of the crime from the police. So you wanted to confuse them over where it really happened?
No? To obscure the time of death? To pass it off as an ice sculpture? Well, it was going to pass off as an ice sculpture, but obscuring the time of death also makes sense. I mean, all of these make perfect sense to me. If they're determined that the body occurred during the afternoon tea, it would have been an obvious suspect. Oh, okay.
Bingo! Freezing Frost's body was simple. Preparing everything took time. So I decided to put his body in the chest in Tangaroa's room while I got everything ready in Frost's. At the time, it seemed like the perfect hiding place. Never counted on some gluttonous pharmacist showing up and making the whole ship collapse.
I still don't get it though. Why disguise the body as an ice sculpture at all? The sooner it was found, the smaller the effect of the freezing it would have had on masking the time of death. Good night, Older. I have to be up early. Don't worry, so do I. I need to go to bed in half an hour. I'm really hoping we'll make it to the end of this soon. But yeah, have a good night. Therefore, he needed to disguise it, at least until it had fully frozen.
How awful. Using Mr. Frost's own work to help you cover up the truth behind his murder. Ironically, Tangaroa would have been just fine if the body hadn't been found before I got out of his room. If only things had gone to plan, he wouldn't even have been arrested, let alone convicted. You mean it was my fault? Everything that happened to Samson was all because I found the body?
Don't let him get inside your head, Judes. None of this is your fault. If it wasn't Samson, it would have been Delicia instead. She would have been the one they arrested. Either way, there's only one person to blame here, and that's Gusto.
Didn't help the initial detective was so bad at his job either. He never even told the prosecutor that the body had vanished.
Bad didn't. You mean, no, the detective didn't know anything. It said that Mr. Von Karma had unwittingly placed Mr. Tangaroa's under arrest in the absence of a body. I mean, I guess it would explain why I was so keen to wrap things up. Still, you'd think he'd notice something as big as that if he'd taken a look at a few reports, right? Not if someone had deliberately distorted the facts of the case, though. Either way, it seems that Mr. Von Karma didn't know about the body until after the arrest had been made. But admitting that would have spoiled his perfect record, so he kept it to himself and proceeded to prosecute Mr. Tangaroa regardless.
Can this really be true?
I don't feel bad at all. Someone spent 18 years in prison because of you.
Hehehe. Sticks and stones. I don't know what the rest he said. Too late.
What a jerk. I'd arrest you right now, pal.
I'm afraid I can't allow you to do that, Detective. There, so you noticed, huh? Glad somebody did. The judge is right. You can't lay a finger on me.
What? Why? You just confessed to a murder.
No idea, huh? Then I guess I better lay it out for you.
Oh. Hi, Rush Kavar. How you doing?
I killed Frost 18 years ago. The statute of limitation for murder in this country is 15 years. You do the math. You can't arrest me. You think I'd have confessed otherwise?
That's right, the statute of limitations is only 15 years. Is this really the end of the line, Mr. Edgeworth?
Once the statute was expired, he can't be charged, so...
But...
How unfortunate, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm afraid that both Mr. Guster's confession and your deductions will have to be struck from the record.
This is really shitty of her to say. I just want to say, like, listen, just because the statute of limitations is up doesn't mean that this guy shouldn't get at least, like, something. You know, they can reopen cases. That's the weird thing. They make it sound like they can't reopen a case and, like, say, hey, by the way, we got new information. This guy did it, free the other person. Like, you don't have to completely strike it off the record, is my point. Well, quite miffed. Does something happen? What's going on?
And that Mr. Tangaroa's conviction will remain in place.
No, see, that's, again, like, this is not necessary. He has just admitted to the murder, so there's no like... Anyway, fine. But we've finally proven the police never had Mr. Frost's body in their possession. Even if we can't arrest Mr. Gusto, surely Mr. Tangaroa has grounds for a retrial on that basis. Easily.
Does he? I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid that the goddess's judgments are somewhat harder to overturn than you might imagine.
Fuck this girl. And so the committee means for the verdict from 18 years ago to stand no matter what. The reason is why, which I imagine we're gonna find out Artie Frost was, like, involved in some shady shit.
Oh, bad luck, Mr. Prosecutor.
I was just playing Assassin's Creed Rogue. There was a game-breaking bug late game if you pick up one of the reward items. Okay. So, I'm guessing that's what happened. How is there a game-breaking blood after all this time? Mara is the murderer? Absolutely. Always has been. Haven't you been paying attention? It's always been Mario. Oh. Okay, I just want to look at my evidence. Look at the statute. Is suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country. What? The statute is suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of their trial. Statute is suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country. He flew to a foreign country. I just want to see. Depending on your actions over the last 18 years, the statute may not have expired yet.
This ought to be good. Alright, I've got nothing to hide. If there's anything you want to ask, it.
Well, tell us where you've been and what you've been doing since the incident.
Sure. Not long after the contest, I was able to cure my taste disorder thanks to the formula. And not so long after that, I went to Zhangfa to really buckle down and hone my craft.
That explains a lot. We tried to contact you after the fact, but I guess you were long gone by then, huh?
I could be. I left LSC around a year after the murder. It was before Tangaroa's last day in court. Going to Zhangfa was the best thing I ever did. Flavor, design. I'm the full package now.
That's a beautiful piece of artwork. And all the backs of those whose lives you destroyed.
Damn! What's an omelette without breaking a few eggs? Nothing, Mr. Prosecutor, nothing.
You're evil.
Sticks and stones, girlie. You can't arrest me.
Yes, I can. Is training Zhenfa. Ooh, or Tangaroa's final day in court.
feel like one, like, okay, so it says statute is suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country, right? The statute is suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of their trial. The statute is suspended. Sorry, I don't understand the sentence and it's really frustrating me. Because Ubisoft doesn't fucking fix their games. There's glitches in AC1 that basically means a random number of the 100 collectible flags actually spawn. Fuck, man. I'm just saying, like, I feel like Rogue came out, like, what, like 2013 or something? Like, I feel like that's relatively early enough that they would have at least supplied enough patches to it, you know? Okay. So, statute of limitations, right? Statute of limitations is suspended. So it ends from the time, well, like, is paused, I should say. So the whole thing that this is based off of is paused from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of their trial. So I just want to say, like, with Tangaroa was considered an accomplice. And he said he left a couple of days before the end of the trial. Is that relevant? Same time as Unity. It was the same time? I don't remember. I definitely remember them, like, randomly releasing, like, almost Assassin's Creed, like, back to back. And then there was just, like, nothing. Actually, no, and then we got Origins, and then there was, like, nothing for, like, ages until we got Valhalla. No, Odyssey. Odyssey would have been next. Fuck. I don't know. It's been a while. You know, I'm just gonna, like, present this. Wait, no. So, his training in Zhengfa, how relevant is that? Maybe I want to know how long he was in Zhengfa for, actually. I'd like you to tell us more about your training in Zhengfa. Fine. Okay. I later went to Zhengfa to train, and I finally became the best in the world. Hang on, that's not what I want to know. I think did I press the wrong thing?
Hold it!
Zhengfa, and you were there for a while, I imagine? Here we go. Yeah, I left sometime after the investigation had wrapped up. I'd been meaning to go there and start my studies for a while. Thanks to the hard work I put in, it just needs to be there for longer than 3 years. My designs are now world class. Again, beautiful. Oh, that's amazing. You like it? It's yours. Really? Alright. Spend some time in Zhengfa. Yes. How long? How long? How long? Maybe I just need to press. I'm gonna save. Yeah, they made Rogue as a Back Flag spin-off, and Unity is the main one, and then Syndicate, and then RPGified with Origins. Fuck, I forgot about Syndicate. Are they, like, random question, are all of those games, like, full-fledged games? Like, would you say they're about the same size as, like, Black Flag?
Objection!
Okay, we're good. Yes. The statute of limitations for murder is subject to the following condition. The statute is suspended should the suspect flee to a foreign country, which means that the time you spent abroad doesn't count towards the total time under the statute. No way! So it's like someone hit pause while he was in Zhengfa? It appears that there may be time left on the clock yet, but that will depend on how long you stayed in Zhengfa, Mr. Gusto. It was 3 years, exactly. 3 years? Hold on! Nobody say anything until I've done the math! The murder happened 18 years back. Statute is 15 years, add the 3 overseas. 15 years plus 3 makes exactly 18, which means no way! Mr. Edgeworth, you did it! Statute hasn't expired after all. Rogue is definitely shorter. Okay. It's more of a what?
Bingo, 18 years exactly. Glad you worked it out for yourselves.
Okay. It's
It's more of a full game than Freedom Cry, which is literally just one sequence and no present day meta plot. Okay. I've never heard of Freedom Cry. But yeah, I don't know, like, because they launched so many games back to back, my brain always assumed that those games were kind of like, just like short. Like, don't worry about it. Just short games, you know. So. He's just been stringing us along this whole time. Why is he laughing? We're good, aren't we? We can arrest him now. I hate to break it to you, little sis, but ISO went down at the end of December. It's April now, which means, strictly speaking, it's been 18 years and 4 months since Frost's murder. Fuck! If Gusto's stay in Zhangfa really lasted 3 years on the nose, it's not enough. We're a few months short. Not enough, but...
What did I tell you? You can't touch me.
I hate to admit it, but he'd read the board well when he made his confession. Alright, well, we're fucked. That's it. End of plot. Cheers, mates. How unfortunate, Mr. Edgeworth. If only the statute has been suspended for another year. Those who would overturn the goddess's judgment must be willing to pay the price should they fail. Freedom Cry you play as Adder Whale, your quartermaster from Black Flag. It's basically a standalone DLC showing what he did after splitting with Edward near the end of Black Flag. Are you telling me that Edward is still alive at the end of Black Flag? That can't be right. Shouldn't everybody die at the end of their own video games? And you, Mr. Edgeworth, have failed. No. There must be something I can do. Alright. If the law can't bring Mr. Gusto to justice, then... Dude, what are you thinking?
Objection!
There's no need to go adding to your rap sheet just yet. We're not done yet, far from it, because there's still a way we can nail him. Hold up, what? There it is. Alright, Malzarino, pep talk. I need you to think back over everything we know about the case. Oh yeah, music, let's go. I'm gonna save, and then I'm gonna read through everything. Oh, we're close. Okay. Let me have a look. Tangaroa's date 24th, 18 years ago, right? Rock salt, blah blah blah. Statute of limitations expired 3 years on December 24th, right? Samson, while in detention, Tangaroa discovered that he had a taste disorder, convicted as an accomplice based on their confession. Also known as Paul Halik, under which name he was renowned sculptor. No detailed autopsy report due to the body gone missing. And that's the body. Okay, so... Wait, hold up. I mean, there's still a chance that... So the statute is suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of their trial. Fuck, I hate this sentence. Statute of limitations is paused from the time of any accomplice indictment to the end of their trial. Any accomplice's indictment to the end of their trial. So that means it should be 14 years, correct? Because his accomplice, even though it's not his accomplice, they're indicted as an accomplice, means that it should have been paused for the first whole year that happened. I think that's what they're saying there. That is a terrible sentence. I don't like it at all. It's not working my brain. Justice overlooked one critical thing that you yourself were led to believe wrongly about. Which is... I wasn't there for Simpson's last trial, remember? Best I can tell, he doesn't seem to know what the final verdict that came down that day is. Yeah. Which means there's still one way left to us. Crack open your statute for dummies there and take a good look. 17 years ago, they really did a number on Samson and framed him like a pretty picture. But if we make pretty good use of the verdict now, we can make Gusto pay in full for what he's done. Fender, are you... I love him.
Those who would overturn the goddess's judgment must be willing to pay the price should they fail. Samson's my client, Miles. I can't bring myself to use the source of his pain as a weapon in this fight. So whether we play our last card or not, it's gonna have to be up to you.
Arrest him. So from when the accusation is made to the end of the trial is also suspended. Yes. So technically, it's a full year, because that didn't happen for another year. That means it's actually been 13 years and like, wait, no, sorry, it's been 14 years and like 6 months or something. 4 months. Bringing Mr. Gusto to justice can only happen if I use the outcome of that hard form. Yeah, okay, I got it. I got it. My father and Mr. Von Karma, one sought to reveal the truth, the other to hide it. I know which path I choose to follow, the one that seeks to reveal the truth. I love him.
This court has reached a final verdict. The record will state that Mr. Gusto had been found not guilty on all accounts.
No! No, Your Honor, Mr. Carmelo Gusto is absolutely guilty, and I refuse to let him walk away. His crimes are too unspeakable to go unpunished.
Do you mean to suggest that you have grounds upon which to call for his arrest?
I do. Wait, hold on. I think I just want to present this, right? Because it says specifically convicted as an accomplice based on his confession.
Take that!
Very well. Is there a particular page?
Fuck. Wait, can I have a look? I can look. Okay, thank God. 2? Suspect data. Okay. I'd like to direct your attention to the page concerning the suspect. As you can see, Samson Tangaroa was convicted as an accomplice, and it took around 1 year from his indictment from the verdict to be reached.
Yes, that does seem to be the case.
The book you gave us detailed certain conditions pertaining to the statute of limitations for murder. One of them, as I mentioned, is that the statute is suspended if the suspect flees the country, and another states that the statute is suspended from the time of any accomplice's indictment to the end of their trial.
What? Tangaroa was convicted as an accomplice?
Yup, guess you were in Zhangfar when the verdict came down.
It's crazy.
Samson was convicted as an accomplice, not as the main perpetrator. Which is clearly news to you, and not good news either, am I right?
What? How can that be? Tangaroa wasn't an accomplice to anyone. He was innocent, and you know it.
Oh, we know. It's what we've been trying to prove all along. And in a pleasing twist of fate, his wrongful conviction will be the very thing that sets him free. If you spend 3 years in Zhangfar, and your accomplice, Samson Tangaroa, was on trial for 1 year, it means you can still be charged with Mr. Frost's murder up to 19 years after the fact. In other words, the statute of limitations hasn't expired at all.
Oh. Oh no! The goddess's judgment is infallible, but that of her servants, it appears, is not. It seems the prosecutor in charge of this case may have erred. Unbelievably, we may have no choice but to instigate a full inquiry. No! How could this be?
18 years? That's a long time to let somebody else suffer for your crimes. It's time to pay the piper, Gusto, not a moment too soon.
I love him. Yay!
Ah, but I'm finally the greatest. My brilliance has been recognized. I gave up everything for this. Everything, even my son.
More's the pity. But you can't run from the law forever, because the bills come due at last.
Oh, fuck.
Poor Tangaroa. I know, right? Pro sad. Okay. He's punching himself?
Oh, wow. Okay. Why is it hollow? Oh, right. Because it's like hollow cream or something. I don't know.
Mr. Gusto's all set for his trip downtown, sir.
Yay, we did it.
Oh, good. Which means it's your turn next, right?
I suppose so. Oh.
Judes.
I'm so sorry, everybody. I've caused you all so much trouble. But thank you. Thank you for so much for bringing Mr. Gusto to justice at last. I'm afraid there's no escaping the consequences of your actions, Miss Bound. But those actions were born of the legal mistakes that were made all those years ago. We all know that. So allow me to apologize in return, on behalf of the prosecution. Oh no, I have no one to blame but myself for it all. Starting with those sculptures.
Hey, Judes, you think maybe you might want me to represent you? I'm not some nervous newbie anymore, and there's no way I'm letting you take the rep for everything.
Aww. Oh, I would be honored. Thank you, Mr. Fender. Looks like she's crying cream, which is kind of gross, but here we are. Bring it in. I love them. Is that the end? Did we do it?
Oh, sorry, ma'am, but you gotta come with me now.
I guess that's the end of the case? Bro, this is a fucking long case.
Of course.
Yay! So many voices in one room. We had a fun time, guys. Oh, that was a long case. It's we'll see. Judge Gavelle, why did you lie to us?
Lie? What are you talking about?
You implied there was no case for a retrial, but as we've proven, that wasn't the case. Surely anyone truly committed to seeing justice done would have called one as soon as the body was found.
I'm under no obligation to answer such questions.
And you clearly have no intention of doing so either.
Truly, you are proving to be quite a threat to the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence.
Oh, fuck you.
As such, you give me little choice but to report back on your continued transgressions. No doubt you will be called to appear before the committee in due course.
Can we not?
Now, I must be on my way.
What the heck? Have you caught the real killer and everything? Isn't that what prosecutors are supposed to do? Regardless of how it may all play out, I will never regret what we accomplished here today.
Mr. Edgeworth. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes?
Why did you stick your nose in this case anyway? You weren't even on the job.
Well, you know, call it a charity case. That's being you. My job is to bring the truth to light, Mr. Winner. Not only as a prosecutor, but as a person.
I don't get it.
I wouldn't expect you to understand, not as long as you believe that closing a case makes you a winner.
That's going way over my head. I'm going home.
God, I love him.
What was that?
Eustace still has a lot to learn, is all.
Mousy Wowsy.
Yes?
I just wanted to say, old Greggy Pegleg would have been proud of you today. Oh, look at me tearing up. That, and thanks for helping poor Sammy Poople.
Of course.
Hey, Reggie, looks like you cleared everything up, huh? So, what happened exactly? I was kind of busy sketching. Wait, where did Judy and Verity go?
Wow. You really weren't paying attention, were you? Though I loathe to admit it, Larry's sketches did come through for us on more than one occasion. Not that I'm about to tell him that.
Wait over the glaring, will ya? Whatever I did, I'm sorry.
Calm down, Larry. I wasn't glaring at you.
Heh, totally were. You're just like your pop. He was a terrible liar, too.
He was.
Listen, I'm gonna head out. Need to fill Samson in on what went down today. You wanna come with?
Yes? Yes, of course.
Great! Then I'm coming too.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
Someone has a hold on her. So this one case, IS7, probably has the highest individual knocker-on effect and body count. Hmm? What are you talking about? You mean one dead body? So good news about my AC Rogue game. Apparently I did the replay of the game that got to exactly the same point in the game, and then I just got tired of the game and moved on. Okay. So you can just start from there. So what's Mr. Tangaroa like? I can't wait to meet him. Oh, he's a real sweetheart. You'll love him. Even while locked up, he can't help but make all sorts of cookies and cakes for everyone. That's why 3 p.m. cake extravaganza is a thing for prisoners and guards alike. Aw. Really? That sounds awesome. You think there'll be any left for us to try? Didn't we find a few slices of chocolate cake in the prison the other day? Oh god. Oh yeah, there was. Could they have been some of Mr. Tangaroa's banked goods? Kami, what are you doing here?
Well, I heard you all coming to see Mr. Tangaroa, so I volunteered to escort him.
Hello, new friends. I'm Samson Tangaroa. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth at your service. I keep forgetting that Miles hasn't actually met him at this point. And I'm Mr. Edgeworth's trusty sidekick, Kay for Friday. Aha, it's very nice to meet you both. Miles here is Gregory's boy. Is that so? Your father was very kind to me and fought so hard for my case, but in the end, I betrayed him. I made a false confession and... Don't worry, Mr. Tangaroa. Mr. Fender has explained everything to me. Sure did, and now we're here to tell you the truth about what happened 18 years ago. Frost, Edgeworth, Von Karma, Gusto, Yanni, Yogi, Richard Hammond. Richard Hammond? Isn't that someone from Top Gear? What are you talking about? What is it, Gusto? Yanni Yogi, fuck. When you look at it like that, that is actually so fucked up. Like, the original case was just that. Wow. That is fucked up. What the fuck? That's crazy. Okay. The truth. Fade to black. Hammond being the victim shot by Yanni Yogi. Is that the girl who was bad? It was like, help. Who's Yanni? I recognize the name, but I don't see a face in my head. What does she look like? The one Miles was framed for the murder of. The plane? The plane? Not Richard Hammond, but definitely Hammond. Okay. And I'm not sure I got the amount of question marks right. The guy that was the defense lawyer in DL6. Give me a second. Hold up. Pause. Right, okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. Man, that really is fucked up when you think of it like that much. Like, tun. Judy did all that for me. Crazy kid racked her brains for 18 years until she finally figured out how to set you free. What can I say? Turns out she really would do anything for you. Oh, Judy, I never did anything to deserve such devotion. Come now, Mr. Tangaroa. I think we all know that's not true. The bond between the two of you has held strong for all these years, after all. You think so? I guess I'd better show him. Chocolate!
Take that!
Those chocolates. Judy made them, didn't she? Yes, she did. I like how he did the same thing that his father did for him. Feeding him chocolates. They're super delicious and sweet.
Miss Bound continued making them just as you taught her, even after that fateful day. So that there would always be some waiting for you when you finally came home. Judy. Aw. I bet they're beyond super sweet then, aren't they? Very much so, I'm afraid. I only wish we could hand them to you.
No worries, sir. I'll make sure he gets them later.
Which would be a clear breach of prison policy, not that I have the authority now to stop him anyway. Thank you, very much. You know, Detective. Something about you reminds me of Detective Bad. Wait, really?
Really, pal? Because I look up to him a lot. He's my role model. Same coat and everything, just different color. Luckily, no bullet holes.
You don't say. It seems fate likes to bring people of all sorts together. You hang in there, Samson, just a little longer. I should be able to get you out soon. I'm sorry it's taken so long. Nobody should have to wait 18 years to get justice. Don't be silly, Eddie. I'm the one who should be saying sorry. Or rather, thank you, truly. Samson. Well, guess it's my turn to wait for Judy to come home now. Better make sure there's something delicious on the table for her when she finally walks through that door. Oh, that hit me hard. Okay. Okay, I'm okay. Oh, that's really cute. Oh, okay, I'm alright. That's so cute. Okay, I'm alright, I'm okay. Okay. Don't let me down, Eddie. Leave it to me, big guy. Bro, don't tell me there's more murders. We haven't finished the game yet. Alright. More murders in my Christian game. Can you imagine? It was more like, I don't want to know how many more murders there are. You know what I mean? Because I don't, like, there's 2 more games, but does that mean, like, does that mean there's 4 more murders within 2 games? Like, I don't want to know that. Unless you just mean, like, they're convicted. I don't want to, my brain's like, no, spoilers! I don't want to misconstrue something. The AEST incident, it's been 18 long years, but the case we'd inherited from my father is finally coming to a close. Yay! We did it! Woo! Like, fuck. Can we stop? Oh, fuck. I need to go to bed. Hey, Miles. Thanks for today. I'm sorry for forcing you to make the final call like that. Not at all. I simply made the call that felt right to me. Huh? What are you guys talking about? You know how Samson was wrongfully convicted? We had to pretend he wasn't in order to nail Gusto. But to use his false conviction against him, even to save him, as his lawyer, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Yeah, I can see that. Now that Gusto's behind bars, I can finally start to get that wrongful conviction overturned. Yes, and I'm sure you will. Wait a minute, does this mean that even if you were only doing what's right, if the false conviction had been overturned before today, Mr. Gusto would have gotten away scot-free? Yep. It's what we folks in the trade like to call legal contradiction. The law is far from perfect. Because of things like legal contradictions, right? Yeah, but you never know. Things might change. Laws always evolving, just like humans. Your Uncle Eddie and Miles Reno included, am I right? That's why I'm being vague. The potential for growth and change in people and the law, huh? It's almost like the Prosecutor told Brilliant's assholes are terrible people. So, Miles, are you going to keep fighting crime as a prosecutor or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you got a big decision ahead of you. One only you can understand. Answer. Fuck my life. What am I doing? I'm losing my mind. I know. Well, let's just say I won't complain if you show up at the office one day.
I love you.
I'm fine. On that note, it's time for me to skedaddle. Dude, if he dies, I'm gonna fucking be so upset. I owe you big time. I always repay my debts. But for now...
Oh, my eye.
Thanks again for today. I mean it.
Can I just say, I'm mortified. Next case, he's gonna be dead. Like, surely. Like, he's gonna be dead or accused of murder. And then we're gonna have to become a defense attorney in order to, like, or, like, to stop him from being accused or something. He's gonna end up dead. He's gonna end up dead. I love you, Eddie. Bye.
You seem kind of a hurry to... Oh, wait. Did he seem kind of a hurry to get out of here, too?
He did. And honestly speaking, I'm the one who owes him a debt of gratitude. He's probably about to cry. After all, he gave me the chance to reckon with my father's final case.
Yay.
I'm screenshotting a lot. Can you tell there's a problem? When I was a boy, all I ever dreamed of was becoming an attorney like my father. But then, during my time with Mr. Von Karma, I learned the ways of the prosecutor instead. Eventually, with the help of some good friends, I found my own voice and a new way to live. I love him. But now my career as a prosecutor is at risk of being taken away from me. It may be time to take another long, hard look at how I want to live my life, whether I like it or not. Oh shit, right into it.
Hey, Gregory. Sorry for reporting in so late.
Oh.
It may have taken 18 years, but we're finally in a position to prove Samson's innocence. All thanks to your boy's Miles. I couldn't have done it without him. Should have seen him. The way he fought for the truth gave me chills. It's like I was watching you.
I'm fine.
Look, I know I'm not half the attorney you were, but those guiding principles you try to instill in me, I like to think I'm embodying them now as I carry your legacy.
On your legacy.
Here's hoping. Your boy will be joining me in that soon.
Please don't die, I swear to God, I will fucking cry. Okay. He's gonna fucking die, guys. This is proof. He's gonna die. Am I going to fight crime as a prosecutor? Or handle people as an attorney? What is the right answer? Which path should I choose? He's gonna fucking die. He's going to die. Note now that he's got Gregory's hat. I didn't see that, but... I definitely noticed there was some sort of something. I have to start the next crime. I have to. I have to. I know it's bedtime. We have time. What the fuck? Oh, we're back to Kay taking the center stage? Maybe? Okay. Oh, no. No, he's gonna die. He's going to die. Please. Please don't be dead. I hereby call this meeting to order. Oh, the evil boys. The committee is gathered here in the sight of the goddess to pass fair and frank judgment. Fuck my life. Oh, hi. The purpose of this hearing is to assess the professional competency of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Gabelle? Are you? What? What is she doing here? Why are you wearing that raincoat? Huh? Please, Kay, do not die. No! What the fuck? Oh, no. Kay! What have you gotten yourself into? Kay, you're a professional thief. Alright, catch yourself. She's not dead. Right? Now I have a different question. No! Why did I watch this? I was so worried about seeing
the other dude die, I didn't think Kay would die. Kay's not dead, okay? She's not dead, okay? She's not dead, okay? Listen to me, she's not dead. So, like, what if we kept going? No, I have to go to fucking bed. If I had another hour, this would be fine. Fuck. So this is 3 days later. Okay, it's fine. Kay's fine, guys, okay? I have complete faith in Kay, alright? Should probably go missing like Maya. Go missing like Maya, and then it's like, oh no, where is she? We're gonna have a 2.0 Maya case, like the final case in the 3rd game. Fuck my life. Alright. Bedtime. I gotta go to bed. I need to go to sleep. It's bedtime. I work in the morning. I work in the morning. I work in the evening. I'm not working in the evening though. Thankfully, it's gaming in the evening, guys. Gaming time. Ba-da-bum. Where's my thing? Thank you for the stream. Thank you for being here, Stania. Slowly getting through this story. It's taking its goddamn time. Oh. Bup, bup, bup. Just putting on my alarms, don't mind me. Haven't actually seen the latter half of the case coming up. Ooh, okay. I'll make you work in the evenings. I'm sure you will, from all of our, monster hunting. I'm just assuming we're gonna keep playing Monster Hunter until Wilds comes out at this point, even though we have Demon Souls to play. And what's the other thing we were doing? I don't know. I really want to play more Elden Ring, I'm not gonna lie. I played a little bit with Jaden, and my brain's like, more! Getting the 7 days to die mines right now. Alright, fucking open the game, man. Oh, wait, you don't have it open. Because I couldn't bear to keep watching at one point. Oh no. So it'll be new stuff for me. Okay, well I hope it's not gonna be that tragic. If I have to gaze upon Kay's dead corpse, I don't think I'm gonna be able to move on in life. Con. Go to bed. Bro, it's too late. Oh my god, can you imagine? I love that it's like you timed that for when I was about to take a drink. Like you fucking knew. You're like, I'm gonna do it right now as she's drinking. Go to bed, man. I'm going to sleep. Anyway, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have an excellent day today and tomorrow. I will see you guys. See you guys on Monday. I definitely feel like I'm kind of thinking about breaking up next week with a Pokemon stream. So I reckon we'll probably try to do like the first half of this case, and then we'll do first half of this case like Monday, Tuesday, and then Pokemon on Wednesday, which will be nice because I have a full day shift that day, so it like it's like relaxing to be able to do like Pokemon after that. Or I could do Pokemon on Tuesday because it's a shorter stream anyway, because I have to go to bed early for work. Maybe Tuesday then. I'll do one on Monday and then Pokemon on Tuesday. Pokemon, I'm currently trying to like fill out the Pokemon Home Pokédex, so you did. Yeah, should be good. Yeah, we'll do something like that. But yeah, I have more Pokemon stuff to organize. I've been doing it in my spare time too though, so maybe I won't get around to playing it on stream either. I say that. I feel like everyone's getting a little tired of Miles Edgeworth. But then I feel like if I leave it now, I'm not gonna be able to come back to it. Like, if I dedicate another, like, week to it, it'll be done. Well, close to done.
I could try doing a longer stream maybe somewhere. Not sure. Not sure. Maybe doing a longer stream at some point would be an option, just so I can like get the game more done, so it doesn't take as long. But then that's harder on my voice. Alright. Have a good night's sleep, everybody. Alright. Have a wonderful weekend. Rest up, relax. And I will see you guys on Monday. Okay? Nighty night.